All right, what is going on, everyone, and welcome back to more Black Desert. My name is John, and today I wanted to talk about a video for more or less new players and people who are just starting out this game. So as you guys know, the season, or permanent season, started yesterday, and that probably is going to bring in a lot of new players to the game. And I finished my season about like a few hours ago. So basically, you would, on your season server, you would have like a season pass thing over here, and your goal is to basically complete that, right? And I wanted to give you guys some tips on how I finished it. I wish I could show you the time it took me, but ever since the change, it's like family-wide time. But I would say less than 1 day and we finished the season. So realistically, if you're doing it solo, I did it all solo, it's very doable. So in my season, basically, you can watch the videos on how I went about enhancing the entire Tuvala thing and everything. So basically, here's my other gear, and I just tagged it for the event. But some tips I can give you guys to leveling up fast and showing you where to go grind is, first of all, one thing I would tell you guys to do is start getting these artifacts over here. So these are very cheap and new player friendly because all you have to do is get 4 combat light stones, and then I think by default it gives you 1 and the artifact itself. So what you would do is go to light stones, and in the wind tab, which is the blue one, you could look for basically anything, and then you could find the combat one. Realistically, I know it says there's 0 in stock, but just wait like a day or something and then just put an order on it. You'll get it, trust me on that. It's not like a item worth panicking over. And yeah, so you want to get 4 of these because it gives you an extra 300 plus another 100, so that's 400% extra XP, and that'll speed up your grinding significantly. And then another thing I would recommend doing, I know this is a little bit less new player friendly, but every season they give people like these resplendent kydex crystals, right? And I'm actually going to show you guys how to do this in general. So, as you guys can see, these are 10%, these are 20 or 20% combat XP. And we're going to actually get rid of 2 of them and then put 2 new ones in the bag. So every season you get 2 of them, and then basically what you're going to want to do is put them in over here. And I know that not everyone is going to have the extra corner slots because that just like requires a Garmoth's heart and all that stuff. So don't worry about it. Just get as many as you can and fill out as many 20% combat XP things. You can have unlimited amounts, or at least until you fill it up. So that's a lot. Crystal effects, you guys can see it over here. That's another 300%. And I guess just over time it builds up as long as you're not dying to PvE and losing them. So right off the bat, that's about 755% XP. And some other bonuses that I could tell you guys about are these things. You get it by season exclusively. And when you use these, you just have the like alchemy stone on at all times. It gives you another 50% combat XP and skill points. So at the end of my season, I finished with over 1,500 skill points. And for every single class, around like 1250 is the minimum you want to get all the skill points for both Awakening and Succession. And then that's when you just have everything, and everything else just goes into weight. So that's already about 800% extra XP that you guys can get. And some other things I could tell you guys as well. This is sort of like just by seasonal rewards and everything. Some people pop bells, so if you can find a channel that someone has popped a bell on, that's another 100%. If you can get a combat book, which you do by the season rewards, I believe, and just by leveling up through 60, you get another 100% for this one. And then here are some food buffs and potions I would recommend to you guys. So I want to try to make sure that these are super obtainable. And first and foremost, getting a simple cron meal is something that'll last for, I believe these are 2 hours, right? So each one gives you combat XP plus 20% and extra AP against monsters. So if you're grinding, it makes you grind faster and you get more XP. So simple crown meals are very good. Getting a beast draft is an additional damage to monsters, so once again allows you to clear faster, get more XP. And then after that, some of these scrolls you can get by doing seasons. So I think the 300s and the 200s are something you can get off of the seasonal rewards. And then the 530s are, I believe, under loyalties at the bottom. So yeah, it's right here. These things, the 530, you can only get so many per year, so just keep that in mind. So I wouldn't really use these like randomly, but if you're just trying to power level your first character all the way to 61 or something, I wouldn't mind using them. So just keep in mind these are very limited, but if you really need them and this is like your first character and you just want to level up fast, you can do that. The 530, I believe, does stack with the 300. Or wait, hold on. Does not stack, but it will stack with the 200. So 530 and 200. And then the 300 is a separate one. So that's an additional, like, a lot of XP. If you are someone who's been playing this for a little bit longer and you're just willing to spend more, I have a video on how to get a free campsite, which allows you to buy villa buffs, and that allows you to basically get an extra buff like the skill and experience, which is an extra 10%. And in each town they have an NPC. So for Grana, it's Marandora, and basically you buy like an attack bonus or like an attack, defense, and XP buff for like 2 hours or something, and it costs silver, so that speeds things up a little bit. And I know this is something that's a little bit more on the can you get it or are you willing to pay for it side, but if you are looking to get pets, getting combat XP is always pretty nice as well. And if you can get that, it's only like 20-25%, so it's not like mandatory, it's just nice to have. And so I just wanted to clarify one thing in this game. Stacking XP is additive, not multiplicative. So for example, if we added like a 530% scroll and then a 200, that's 730. It's not 500 times 200 as other games might have it. So just keep in mind it's all additive, and generally stacking as much as you can is always good, but 25% is not a lot. It really more matters on where you grind than anything, but the buffs are just really nice to have on the side. So any other buffs that I'd recommend for you guys that can give everything, I guess that's most of the ones that matter. You can get more in other ways, but I think for the sake of new players and things you can get really easily, that's about it. And especially if this is your first character, probably just most important things are probably artifacts and lightstones. And if you can get any crystals with XP, that really does help a lot as well. And it doesn't matter if you fill out your entire like crystal tab, but just getting more is better than none. And then another thing you guys can do is exchange. Once you get level 50, you can exchange 50 or 100 energy. Basically it's 30 minutes or 1 hour for the 100 energy, but it's basically an extra 20%, and that's nice to have. So a lot of this is just learning where the buffs come from, and like we also get another 500% currently for the event right now. So now is a really good time to be grinding, and yeah, you just kind of learn things over time. But with that said, hopefully you guys learned something. Hopefully I'll get my Shy to level 61 or 62 through this tag event, and we'll just be trying to gear up for like Olins and Crypt of Resting Thoughts and just other places where Shies are wanted. So anyway, with that said, hopefully that video helped you guys, and if you have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments, join the Discord, all that good stuff, and I'm happy to point you guys in the right direction if you need help. And hopefully you guys are having a fun season. Once again, don't rush the season like I did. I've just done this like 15, 16 times already, so I can finish it in a day, maybe even less. But with that said, hopefully you guys are enjoying everything and have a fantastic day. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.